Hello, welcome to the today's session of the Learning by Saying. So this is a weekly session that I do a review on book review or something I learned. So today I will do a review on the chapter 36 of Lao Tzu Tao Te Ching. Yeah, so this chapter is the title of this chapter is called An Explanation of a Paradox. So I will read the chapter, and then after that I will explain. First is what's the meaning. Second is I will offer the reasons, the explanation that how I understand it, and thirdly is how I can apply or how we can apply. Right. So first thing, um, the chapter, the content first. If you want to shrink something, you must first allow it to expand. If you want to get rid of something, you must first allow it to flourish. If you want to take something, you must first allow it to be given. This is called the subtle perception of the way things are. And this is an explanation of a seeming contradiction. The tender and the yielding conquer the rigid and strong. The fish would be foolish to seek escape from its natural environment, and there's no gain to a nation to compel by a show of force or weapons. So what does it mean? First, there are two main ideas in this chapter. The first one is the more dominant ideas. The last one is the last two sentences. So I will explain first is what does it mean, both ideas, and but I will focus more on the idea number one. So number one, what does it mean? What it means, what Lao Tzu means is that what is weak will become strong. In this is in the nature as well as in the society, in the human life. So what is weak will become strong. What is strong will become weak. Nothing that is strong will remain forever strong. Knowing this rule, if we want an outcome, make it become the opposite. It will then for sure will transform to the other opposite. For example, if we want something to be weak, make it strong first. Then by itself, so let me repeat, by itself, it will become weak. This is the opposite of what most people do. Most people, they will directly try to make it weak by force. Let's say if they want to make something weak, they will try to make it weak by force. Or if they want to make something longer, like short, become longer, what they do is they will pull. This is what most people do, right? Sounds common sense, but according to Lao Tzu, there's a better way, which is shrink it first, then it will expand. So later part, I will explain why it is so. The second reason, the second main point is the weak and the soft beat the strong and the hard. And also he advises us that fish shouldn't leave the environment, that fish shouldn't leave the water where it's living and is familiar with, which means that we shouldn't venture too far from what we are familiar with. Otherwise, we will get punished, or we will face something unpleasant, right? Okay, and the second and now next one is that he said, do not show a nation, do not show its treasures or weapons to other people, to other nations, or maybe like individuals do not show what we have. For example, like our 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 expertise, our like our strengths, or our assets, like our house or our cars, show off. That's what he means. Do not show off uh, those things to other people. Okay. Next, let me offer the reason, my explanation. By the way, in Dao De Jing, Lao Tzu only state the like the fact, kind of fact, and the argument, or the teaching, but the reader themselves will need to think of their own explanation, right? So this is my explanation. All things in the world, including the tangible or an intangible, transform and change between the opposites. Nothing stays forever. It's perfectly normal and natural that things change. For example, when I run fast, I will get tired and I will run slow, or I will stop. And another example is when an economy is doing well, people start to consume more and work less. Then the production level will reduce because people work less. Then there will be people will have less income, or the country will have less income. When people have less income, they will consume less, and they will have more time that they work more and consume less. So the same thing in household as well. When income is high, people spend more to enjoy, and they work less because their more time is spent for consumption, and the total time is limited. Work and consumption. So less work leads to less income, and with assumption that people trade time for money. So when income is less, they start to budget and reduce spending. So the point is that when income is high, uh, then it leads to shrink the budget and reduce the spending, because after they have less money, right? Let me give another example. Is in human life, we have birth, growth, mature, and death. We all go through this cycle. So basically, there's a changing, and the growth and change, constantly change. No one or nothing is exception from that rules. So by fastening the process of transformation from one thing to another, we will get to the desired opposites easily without much resistance, because it follows a natural path. So basically, this is what Lao Tzu is teaching. To get the opposite outcome, like to make it weak, make it strong, very strong, very strong. Then it will transform to weakness, and so on. So on contrary, if we use force, like if we want to make something weak, we force it to be weak, then usually we get the resistance. If we try to bounce or to make them itself stronger for the external force. For example, if I want somebody to be stronger and motivated, I praise him. I will praise him hard, and he will be arrogant and likely to fail. And if I insult, or on the other hand, if I insult or talk him down, he will try to do the opposite, and to prove that I'm wrong, and which means that he will get stronger. This is how in Chinese war literature, like Roman and Street Kingdom, for example, some generals use that method to encourage the subordinates to perform in the war. So instead of praising him, he talked him down and said that the enemy was too strong for him. So the subordinate actually try to prove. Okay, so the next I will talk about how can we apply it. How can I apply, and maybe you too. So I have a daughter, because when I want my daughter to sleep at night, but she wants to play. So instead of asking and forcing her to sleep, I can play with her so that she's tired, and I can play to ask her to do more things, spend more energy, more energetic. So when she's tired, she'll be exhausted, and it's easier and naturally she'll fall asleep. The second thing is also I can apply. I'm thinking I can apply is always give people first before taking things or benefits from them, and because when people are given, they will feel compelled to give back. So this is what Lao Tzu is teaching, that if you want to take something, give first. Yeah, directly from Lao Tzu teaching. So I hope this is my sharing on my understanding of this chapter 36, the explanation of the paradox. Basically, if we want something, do it the opposite, then you will get that things. Thank you for watching, and if you have any question or want to join me, you can always like and drop me a message. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye.